Hello everyone, welcome back to Be Nice Yoga Online. My name is Krista and we are on day 6 of our 7-day journey through the energy centers, the chakras in the body. So today the energy center that we're focusing on is our third eye. So it's right between our brow physically, but this energy center is all about tuning into our intuition, seeing things through a different lens. So some of you may say intuition's a little bit hokey and stuff like that. I truly believe that each one of us has the capability of being intuitive and tuning into that kind of gut feeling. So our third eye and our solar plexus stomach, our gut can have a lot of connection to one another, right? So I want you to take today as a day that we're gonna really try to dive deep and follow our intuition, listen to our gut, and just see things through a different lens. So as you know, I've got animals running around like crazy. Sometimes they're distracting, so I apologize in advance. We're gonna start in seated today. Please just resting your hands on your knees, sitting up nice and tall. So the color or colors that we're working with when we tune into our third eye is either like an indigo blue, a beautiful dark blue. And like I said at the beginning of this series, we can actually really help balance and tune into these energy centers when we wear the colors that we're working with, when we have crystals, or different foods that may bring that up in us as well. So let's begin by just closing the eyes, sitting up nice and tall, feeling yourself rooting down. We're gonna work our way all the way up through the energy centers that we've gone through in the last 5 days. So rooting, feeling an awareness of your sacral, your creativity center, moving up to your solar plexus, feeling confident. Now coming into the heart center, how are you feeling energetically in your heart space? Up to the throat, have you been able to communicate clearly and honestly lately? And then again, we're gonna arrive at the third eye, our intuition, our sight beyond the 2 eyes that we were given. And just shifting our lens a little bit today. So we're actually going to start our practice off with a little bit of breath work. I think this is the first day that we're starting with breath. Excuse me. We're going to take our dominant hand and bring our 2 fingers, our peace fingers, together. Bringing your peace fingers right into that area of the third eye. We're going to do alternate breath, alternate breathing, I should say. I always have to take my crystals away from Bruce. He's just crazy. So peace fingers together, tapping into your third eye, and then we're going to use our thumb and our ring finger to block off as we inhale through the opposite side. So let's block off our right nostril. Take a big breath in through the left. Block off the left, and then exhale out the right. Let's inhale right. Block off the right and exhale left. That's 1 cycle. Let's do 5. Inhale. Block and hold, exhale right. Inhale. Block off right, exhale left. So you've got 3 more here, just moving at your own pace. There's no need to rush the breath. We've got 2 more. Be taking the time to really feel into what's happening as you balance out the energy. Okay, the left and the right side of the body, the masculine, the feminine. Nice, this will be your last one here. Beautiful. So once you've completed that last round, just releasing both nostrils, keeping your peace fingers on your third eye, and take a big breath in through both nostrils now. And out through both nostrils. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Release. So nice. Let's release the hand back down. We're going to roll our shoulders, making sure we're still sitting up nice and tall. So noticing how you're feeling balanced, hopefully a little bit more centered as we start off our practice with breath. We're going to move into the movement component of our practice now, taking that breath that we cultivated, that balance, and start to connect it with our movement in our body. So we're going to stay seated, making sure you're feeling rooted here, and then take a big breath in to reach the arms up overhead. Exhale a little, soften through the shoulders, and hold here. So as you hold, I want you to squeeze your core, so we're sitting up nice and tall. Okay, arms are soft, our shoulders are soft, but arms are really strong. On your next inhale, we're gonna lengthen out. And on the exhale, let's take our right hand down, reach our left arm up and over. So I want you to actively spin open through the chest and start to bring your third eye, your gaze up to the sky. Left shoulder soft. Okay, 2 more breaths here. And then let's inhale, bring both arms up to the sky, soften the shoulders. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. So again, we're spinning the chest, taking our gaze up to the sky. Last few breaths here. Nice work. Let's inhale, come back up. So we're going to flow with our breath now. Exhale arrives us on the right side, left arm reaches. Inhale brings us back up to center. And exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. And then inhale, center. Exhale, left. Let's do a couple more here. Again, just moving at your own pace, allowing the breath and the body to be connected as we move, as we flow. Last one over to the right, please. And then center. And last one to the left. I'd like you to come back up to the sky, reach and lengthen with the arms, with the hands, and then just slowly exhale them down. Giving yourself some time to release out of the shoulders. So we're going to come into a head to knee pose to stretch out, but we're also going to find a flow there. So keeping your right leg tucked in, making sure if you need elevation under the hips, please go ahead and use that. We're going to straighten our left leg out. So head to knee, we're trying to touch the third eye area of the forehead down towards the knee. Now, if your hamstrings are tight like mine, you're probably not going to get there, and that's totally fine. We really want to be intentional with this flow. So feeling ourselves tilt forward and imagining ourselves touching our third eye to the knee. Okay, try to use your imagination today in practice. Let's find an inhale to reach up to the sky, engage your low belly. Exhale, big forward fold, forehead towards the knee. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, fold. So if you're practicing this at the beginning of the day, first thing in the morning, you might feel a little bit stiff. Okay, give yourself some time to work into it. We've got 2 more here. This time we're going to exhale and forward fold and hold here. So again, forehead is heavy towards the knee. You may feel this releasing out the low back and the right hip as well. Flexing the left foot to really target behind the left leg. Let's do a few more breaths here. So nice. Slowly inhale, reach all the way up. We're going to twist it out over here, taking your left hand across to your right knee. Right hand walks back behind you. We inhale to create length, and we exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Just feeling some release through the back after our head to knee pose. Beautiful. Let's come back to center and release. Let's switch sides. So taking the right leg out, we're going to bring our left foot in towards the right inner thigh. And again, we'll start with our flow through our head to knee pose. Let's inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, big dive forward. Inhale, reach. So again, if you are practicing when you're feeling a little bit tight, there's no need to really pull ourselves into any of these postures. We're just allowing ourselves to flow to whatever variation of the posture we can. We've got 2 more here. And your last one to reach up. And then we're going to exhale, forward fold, head to knee for 5 breaths. So again, if you can't reach your forehead to your knee, that's okay. I really want you to imagine, pull that image into your third eye and feel the benefits of grounding the third eye towards the knee. So as long as we're moving with intention and we're honoring our bodies through this process, yoga doesn't have to look like anything. It's more about how we're feeling in it, how we're experiencing this posture. Let's inhale, come all the way back up, reach. And then again, we're gonna exhale, twist it out. Right hand to left knee, twisting over. Couple more breaths here. So nice. Let's come back to center, reach. And exhale, release, pulling your right foot in, planting it out in front as well as the left. We're gonna walk the hands back behind us and take some time just to knock the knees side to side. Hi Brucey, come in and do some yoga. We've got a few more breaths here. Beautiful. So what we're gonna do from here is come forward, plant the feet, cross at the ankles, and roll into our tabletop position. So you can see today that I've grabbed my blanket. Finally got it away from Nova for a second. We want our knees to be resting on the blanket. We want our mat to be completely clear. So just moving your cushion, if you had one, off to the side. And then finding tabletop position, we're gonna find a gentle flow. So before we get started, I'd just like you to make sure that your knees are feeling supported here. And grounding the hands right underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. First, just arriving and marauding the body around. How does it feel to move? Okay, with ease, listening to the intuition that's guiding you into each movement. Okay, we're gonna be here for a few more breaths. Not playing with my strings there, bud. Our flow today is actually going to be a cat, cow, child's pose flow. So let's first start with cat, cow. Hands plant, knees are grounded. Let's inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. On the exhale, we take a big curl, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting both ends up. And exhale, hey buddy, curl. We've got a couple more breaths here. Exhale. Last one, big breath in to open up into cow. And big exhale to curl into cat. Now what I'd like you to do is come back to neutral spine, bring the knees as wide as your blanket or mat, and sink the hips back. We're gonna walk the arms out in front of us, and I want you to actively try to feel your third eye, your forehead area, grounding into your mat. So hands are planted, hips are heavy, and we're breathing here into that sensation through the hips and low back. But also being really intentional with how we're connecting to our mat through the third eye. It's really important when we work into this energy center of the body that we ground it. Okay, you can be really flighty and airy if you don't ground into this sort of work. Okay, so a few more breaths here. So on our flow, we're going to move from a child's pose up to a tabletop and into cow. Then we're going to exhale, curl into cat, and sink back. When you're ready, plant the hands. Let's begin. Inhale, pull up, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And on the exhale, we curl and sink the hips back. If you don't ground your forehead, that's okay. Let's inhale, pull up into cow. Exhale, curl into cat. Do a few more like that again. We're moving intentionally with our breath. listening to what our bodies need from us today. 2 more here. Watch out, bud. You're right in the way. Last one. And we're gonna arrive back in our child's pose. Sink the hips back, ground the forehead once again. So let's spend about 5 deep breaths here, continuing to work into that connection between your third eye and your mat. Okay, feeling into the hips, the low back, even into the upper back as we stretch the arms. I'm gonna talk you through this next one just because it's sometimes hard to hear when my head's down like that. Oops, sorry. And working into a side bend in our child's pose. So keep the hips heavy. We're gonna walk our right hand to the top left corner of the mat and drop our left hand beside or on the left knee. Okay, deep breath here as you breathe into your right side body. Let's walk ourselves slowly back to center. So left hand to top right corner and right hand beside or on the right knee. Side bending. Beautiful. Coming right back to center, child's pose, and then inhale, pull yourself up, taking your time to arrive back in the tabletop. Bringing the knees back underneath the hips, and then I always like to just stretch that one out by wagging my hips side to side. One leg at a time, you can tuck the toes and straighten the leg, pressing the heel to the back of your mat. We've got a few more postures here before we close our practice. Nice, let's come back to our knees and then just sit back onto the heels, please. Again, making sure that you feel supported here in this posture. I'm just gonna move you a little bit there, bud. There we go. So what I want us to do from our seated position on our heels is just work into a flow with the arms. I'm gonna turn to face you, but you're welcome to stay as you are. With this situation happening, now if this is not comfortable with the knees, if you're feeling like you can't sit on the knees, I'd like you to just sit on the bum instead. We're gonna reach the arms out beside us, palms forward. And then take a big breath in to sweep the arms up. And as we arrive at the top, we're gonna press the palms. Exhale, lower the hands, so lowering them out in front of that third eye, holding here. Take a big breath in to sweep the arms down, reach up, press the palms, exhale, hands to third eye. Let's do that 3 more times. Big breath in. Exhale. Come on out of there, bud. Last 2. Last 1, we're gonna inhale, reach. Press the palms and exhale, hold the hands at that third eye energy center. We're gonna, if you're on your knees like I am, we're gonna inhale, keep the hands as they are, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower. So holding the arms as they are, creating a little bit of heat through the hips, through the shoulders. We've got 3 more like this. If you're seated, I'd like you to work without that flow and just hold, finding some static energy, some static strength building. Last one here, lift. My shoulders are fired up. Let's exhale, lower, and release. Whew. So just shaking out the arms here. If you need a little arm circle, might feel nice. Even double arm circle or crisscrossing the arms over. So when you're ready, we're gonna walk ourselves forward, cross at the ankles, and come back to our seated position. I've got a few last poses from seated to stretch out the shoulders, and then we'll close our practice with a little grounding exercise. So finding that cross-legged seated position when you're ready, making sure that you feel elevated and supported through the hips. We're gonna inhale, reach both arms out in front, palms towards the earth. Sweeping your right arm underneath your left, crisscrossing at the elbows, first variation of this is to hug the low or the upper back. Second variation is to come back out to your cross and wind up into eagle arms. Now, if you can, trying to connect one hand towards that third eye center, or just reaching the arms up towards the sky, depending on how you're feeling through your shoulders here. We're gonna breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale, open up, coming into cactus arms from whatever variation you chose. Nice, let's reach the arms back out in front. So again, we're gonna thread, this time left arm under right. Most intense variation is that eagle wrap. The more gentle variation is your hug. Okay, so you choose. Hands together. Again, you can connect to the forehead or you can just try to reach them up. We're breathing into our shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale, open back up into cactus arms. And exhale, lower. Nice. So we're going to close our practice. Bruce is on an absolute rampage right now with his toy. And I feel like this could just only get louder from here. So let's arrive back in our seated position, hands on the knees. Okay, we're feeling really grounded. Like I said, when we work in the third eye and we're working into our intuition and our connection, it's really important to ground down through any of this work, okay? So we're feeling rooted through the hips. We're feeling connected to the earth beneath us. Hands on the knees, close the eyes. What we're gonna do is take 3 big breaths, really tuning into our sitting bones, rooting down. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. Exhale. Now on this inhale, I want you to imagine those roots growing all the way up into the body. Inhale. And exhale to release. Beautiful work. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, please press the palms. Exhale, lower the hands towards the third eye. We're gonna just spend a few breaths connecting back to that energy center. Noticing how you're feeling here. A little bit more open, but yet grounded. And then let's slowly lower the hands to the heart center for our closing mantra. Our mantra is just one sentence today, so we're going to say it 3 times, and you're welcome to say it out loud with me. Let's inhale fully. Exhale. I can see clearly. Inhale. Exhale. I can see clearly. Last one, big breath in. Exhale. I can see clearly. Beautiful. Let's bow our head forward for our namaste prayer, please. Last time here, big breath in and out. The light in me honors the light in each one of you. Thank you for a beautiful third eye yoga practice today, and many blessings to you. Namaste.